Hi everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing great. The Christmas time is upon us, but it can't stop us from doing something new. And it's not that volunteer, but I'm switching jobs right now, and I went through a hiring process, and I went through a process that I needed to get fired from the work that I'm at right now. It sounds horrible, but it will be divided into two parts videos. The first one is released today, and the second one will be released on this Saturday. So I hope you're looking forward to that, because in the first one we are going to talk about hiring process and what is it like to go there as a person who study body language and study communication, so you can prepare for it and you are preparing for it, and what are pros and cons of going there and how to do it. In the second part I will speak about preparing a communication strategy to going up to my manager and trying to get fired. It sounds horrible, but I will explain more in that video. Before I dive into the video, I'd like to acknowledge my subscribers. Thank you very much for being here, for showing up with every video, and thank you very much for those who are commenting, liking. I love you all, and I'm super grateful that you are here, because I wouldn't probably be doing it without you. And we are diving in the first point. For the video's sake, I will consider that we already passed the initial phases of hiring process, and we actually got the chance to go to the venue, and that you need to sort of blend in the team and blend in the firm, so it's easier for them to hire. You don't want to be that distinctive unless it's the job that is only one of the kind. So I came there and I needed to be quiet, and I needed to observe a little bit before I start being active in the communications and activities that are team related. So I came there and I needed to find out who is going to be supervising and hiring me, who I'm going to work with when I get the job, if I get the job. I speak about that process quite a lot in the videos, and I also in the course that I'm preparing. The principle is still the same. You need to get the vibe of the firm, the team, and sort of blend in them, not to be that distinctive from them. When I get there, I find out who the person is. I read the body language of the person. I read the energy level of the person. What is their like normal body language, normal behavior, and I tried to copy that as much as I could. So we spoke the same language, and I could see the perspective they are taking, and they could see the perspective that I'm coming from as well. That is super important thing when you are getting into any collective, or when you are starting with any person. You just need to get the same vibe, so you two are a good fit. When you are on a different level, it's quite difficult for you to communicate with each other, because you just don't understand each other. So that was the first thing that I found super important, to blend with the energy level of the team, so I know what they are thinking like, and whether it is good for me. In the second point, I'm starting talking about the pros and cons. So the pros of being capable of reading body language is that it's easier for you to tune in to the energy level of that team. You are observing a particular body language traits and behavior traits that the people are having, and you can modify your behavior as well, because you know what are the key things of having that behavior. The second pro is that you don't need to learn the hard way the things that could be learned the other way around as well. So you are reading these subtle changes in behavior of other people, so you can tune in them, and you can easily notice when, for example, where for example are boundaries which should not be broke when you are making fun of something. You simply sense them, and it's better for you when you are blending in the collective. The third pro is that you are sort of reading the moods and behaviors of the people, and you know who likes you, who is likely going to stand behind you when there is going to be like poll whether to hire you or not. And you are also seeing people that could have doubts about you in that poll. So that's a pro, but I will start with this one in the cons as well. You read behavior and moods of other people, so you know who likes you, but you also know who dislikes you. That could be quite demotivational, and I'm getting to the second point. You are seeing when other people are upset, when they are angry, when they are sad, but you rarely know a backstory about it, so the tendency to overthink is normal. So being able to read body language is a great thing. It could be super helpful, but it also needs a lot of self-awareness and mental capacity to deal with what you are reading. So you don't know, you have absolutely no idea what is going on in the head of the other person. So you don't know why he's feeling, why he is expressing this at the moment. It could be because of you, but it also could be because something happened in the personal life of that person. And it's not your fault. When you see that there is some negative response to something, you could misinterpret that and feel bad about it and make judgments upon these misinterpretations. It could lead to completely wrong interpretations, and you definitely don't want that. You want to feel alright, you want to feel that you can do it, and you don't want to be stressed over things that you cannot control. And the third thing is being authentic. When you are in a sacred position that you can pick whether you want to get the job or not, when you get the opportunity, when you get the offer, you really want to play on your authenticity unless you really are desperately wanting that job, desperately needs that job. You always want to play the authentic card, being who you are when you are not being watched by them. So just express naturally, be as natural as you can, because then your trustworthiness, your calmness, your likelihood of getting the offer will skyrocket, because they will feel that you are true. When you will be trying to putting masks on, it could feel weird to talk to you, and you surely don't want to get to that position. So authenticity rocks, because it could earn you everything, or it could show you that this is not the place for you, so you can off. So it felt for me like this. When I spoke to them on the phone, it felt like I could be myself. I felt like they are really nice and on a similar vibe that I was. It was very comfortable coming there and dealing with these people, because they are really super nice. You are nervous at the beginning, so was I nervous at the beginning, but when I got comfortable around the people after 4 or 5 hours talking, dealing with them, I already made the jokes that I'm making with the people that I know for a long time. So I played the authenticity card 100%, and it was totally worth it, because I got the offer. Boom! Yeah. I was super happy about it, because that is probably the first job that is a DC that I don't need to be ashamed of. I know there is no need to be ashamed of any job, but up till this point I pretty much had the shitty jobs, nothing that had something that I would enjoy much and I would describe as a good job. So I was super happy about getting the offer, and I took it immediately. And that is the end of the first part of the story, because there is a second part which I was super stressful about. I was super stressed about going to talk to my current boss and telling them that I need to get off the work. So I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't eating well, and it was pretty much all for nothing, but it doesn't matter. I will tell you about the next video. See you next time, guys. Bye.